my good friend Mr. Sharma, Second Secretary of the Indian High Commission, for taking the time to journey to Miaro today to be with us. His presence is not only to represent His Excellency Dr. Pradeep Rajpurit, who is the Standing High Commissioner of the Port of Spain, but also to strengthen the cultural linkages that we have between the people of India and our beloved people here in Trinidad and Tobago. Excellency, your visit underscores the shared history that our nations, which reflects a very deep commitment to fostering mutual understanding, cultural exchange, and cooperation. It is through efforts like yours that we continue to celebrate our rich heritage and look forward to a future of even stronger ties. Your visit comes at a time when we reflect on India's extraordinary transformation from a once struggling nation facing economic and social challenges to a thriving powerhouse in technology, space exploration, and global diplomacy. India's journey reflects the virtues celebrated during Divali, the triumph of light over darkness, knowledge over ignorance, and growth over stagnation. Excellency, your country's transformation has not been without its difficulties. However, India's embrace of innovation, economic reforms, and cultural resilience has shown that while the path of change can be hard, it is not fatal. Stagnation, on the other hand, would have been terminal. By continuously pursuing progress and adapting to global shifts, India has set a powerful example for nations like ours, aspiring to rise above adversity and illuminate our own path to greatness. The story of Divali, particularly the return of Lord Ram to Ayodhya after 14 years of exile, resonates deeply with us at this moment. It is a story of triumph over adversity, the victory of light over darkness, and the return of prosperity after years of struggle. This celebration is not only about lighting diyas and sharing sweets. It's about rekindling hope and setting a course for a brighter future for Trinidad and Tobago. The tale of Lord Ram, his exile, and his eventual return to Ayodhya represents the journey of overcoming trials and emerging even stronger. Lord Ram's unwavering faith, adherence to his dharma, and commitment to his people are timeless virtues that seek to inspire us to look within and seek the same qualities in our own lives as leaders. When Lord Ram returned to Ayodhya, he brought with him not just a restored and renewed kingdom, but a renewed sense of purpose, unity, and prosperity to his people. His arrival was celebrated with the lighting of thousands of lamps, symbolizing the end of a dark period and the ushering of a new dawn. Trinidad and Tobago, ladies and gentlemen, is in need of a similar transformation. We face in this country significant challenges: a struggling economy, rising crime, and a growing sense of disenchantment with our political and social institutions. Like Ayodhya, before Lord Ram's return, the country finds itself in a period of darkness. But just as the people of Ayodhya lit lamps to guide their king home, we too must light the way towards a new era of hope and change. The call for political change in Trinidad and Tobago is growing louder every day. People from all walks of life are yearning for a new kind of leadership, one that embodies the virtues of Lord Ram: righteousness, selflessness, integrity, and a deep commitment to the well-being of the people. The story of Ram teaches us that the path to prosperity is not easy. It requires courage, sacrifice, and a willingness to do what is right, even when it is difficult. It is time for us to recognize that our nation must undergo a transformation if we are to emerge stronger from the challenges we face. Lord Ram's return was a turning point that led to the revitalization of Ayodhya. We too, in this country, need a turning point. The citizens of Trinidad and Tobago are calling out for leadership that can restore faith in our institutions and bring about the change necessary for economic revival and social stability. The country must be willing to take a leap of faith to embrace new ideas and policies that prioritize the people's welfare above all else. Our problems in this country, ladies and gentlemen, they are not unsurmountable, but they do require leadership that is brave enough to make tough decisions and committed to working for the common good. In celebrating Diwali, we light diyas just not to illuminate our surroundings, but to symbolize the dispelling of ignorance and the triumph of wisdom. This is precisely what we need in our national governance, a dispelling of policies that have left us stagnant and the adoption of innovative approaches that can lead us towards growth. There must be a focus on revitalizing our economy. Just as Lord Ram's return brought renewed prosperity to Ayodhya, our country requires economic policies that can stimulate growth and create opportunities for all. This includes reinvesting in our key sectors of energy, digital transformation, agriculture, and the environment where businesses can thrive. Our energy sector, once the bedrock of our economy, needs bold policy reform to regain its vibrancy, while diversification efforts must be accelerated to reduce our reliance on oil and gas. We must be able to strengthen our social stability. Lord Ram was known for his compassion and sense of justice. In Trinidad and Tobago, we must tackle crime not merely through law enforcement, but by addressing the root causes: inequality, lack of education, and economic opportunity. Social policy should aim to uplift the most vulnerable, ensuring that no child is ever left behind. A nation prospers when its people are safe and when there is a sense of fairness and justice in society. The governance that we choose should be based on the ideals of Dharma, much like Ram's rule in Ayodhya, which was marked by fairness, truth, and the well-being of all citizens. We need leaders who are accountable, transparent, and committed to serving the people rather than pursuing personal gains. Just as Lord Ram was willing to sacrifice his own comfort for the good of his kingdom, our leaders must be prepared to put the country's need above their own ambitions. Diwali is a celebration of hope, of the belief that even the longest night will give way to a new dawn. As a nation, we must remain hopeful and resilient, understanding that change is possible if we come together with the courage to pursue it. The current challenges we face should not and never deter us from aiming for a better future. In fact, they should galvanize us to action, to push for the kind of political and social renewal that will bring about meaningful transformation in Trinidad and Tobago. Hope, ladies and gentlemen, is not a passive emotion. It is an active choice to strive for betterment. It is the same choice of the people of Ayodhya that they made when they lit the lamps to welcome Lord Ram back home. They believed in the promise of a better tomorrow, and they were willing to work towards it. Similarly, we too must believe in our capacity to overcome our difficulties. We must be willing to embrace change, understanding that the path forward may be challenging, but it will ultimately lead us to a brighter and more prosperous future. Lord Ram's virtue provided a blueprint for the kind of society we should aspire to build. Our policies and actions must be guided by what is right and what is just, ensuring that the laws and regulations serve the greater good than individual interests. We must create a governance structure where decisions are made transparently and with integrity. For our country to move forward, sacrifices will have to be made. This could mean accepting temporary hardships for the long-term gains, or prioritizing the needs of the many over the comfort of the few. We must be willing to make difficult decisions that pave the way for our sustainable development. A society that thrives is one where empathy and understanding prevails. Our social programs should be designed to support those in need while creating pathways out of poverty. The country must extend a helping hand to its most vulnerable citizens, fostering a spirit of unity and shared responsibility. To bring about that change, ladies and gentlemen, we must have the courage to challenge the status quo and get it done. Whether it involves economic reforms, restructuring our education system, or adopting new technologies, bold steps are needed to transform our nation's future. We cannot shy away from taking action simply because it is difficult. A foundation of truth is essential for building trust between the people and its leadership. We must hold ourselves, our representatives, accountable, demanding honesty in both words and action. When leaders are truthful, citizens are more likely to support the tough decisions that may be necessary. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, as we light the diyas today for this Diwali, let us remember that each flame symbolizes promise, the promise of a better Trinidad and Tobago. It represents our collective hope that we can emerge from this period of darkness and find our way back to prosperity. The story of Ram's return is not just a legend from a distant past. It is a reminder of the power of faith, the strength of righteousness, and the transformative impact of leadership that is committed to the welfare of people. Trinidad and Tobago stands at a crossroad, much like Ayodhya did. The path forward will require us to light the way with our actions, to champion the virtues of Lord Ram, which is embodied in his work, and as we work together towards a shared vision of progress. It will take time, effort, and a leap of faith, but with the spirit of Diwali guiding us, we can indeed reclaim our prosperity. So let us light the way to a future where hope replaces despair, prosperity overcomes poverty, and where righteousness becomes the guiding principle of our governance. May the light of Diwali inspire us to be the change we wish to see in our country and guide us towards a new era of unity and progress. On behalf of Nilisha and I, my mother, my sisters, my siblings, all who are here this evening, I want to wish all of you a Shubh Diwali, and may you continue to be safe, may you continue to be guided under the wisdom of the Lord, and may we all continue to work together to build a stronger and better Trinidad and Tobago. Shubh Diwali, ladies and gentlemen.